So you guys are clearly you're on TikTok. That's where you started. And
Yeah.
you spoke about how you want to do long form stuff on YouTube. You started a podcast. I've tuned in, right?
Oh,
and I saw a lot of the face guys jump in and stuff like that.
Awesome.
And Cameo, obviously, something you guys do a lot of.
Cameo's
We have a great relationship with Cameo.
Can you break down the different streams that you've already built? So it's been 2 years, right? You went straight from
It's been
TikTok.
about a year since.
Streams of what?
We're not even at a year yet.
Really?
Streams
Yeah,
from
income wise, we're not even at a year yet.
Wait, so the 2 years of that first video, you don't really that's not really.
No, from the Big Sloppy, which was the hamburger
What's
video.
that?
It was about we had some peaks and valleys that year. So that one's from about November 22 to November 23, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
then we get to January, February 24. And the reward program came out.
Yeah.
Because we were putting a ton into TikTok, but there really wasn't a way to monetize.
Yeah.
So then the creator rewards program comes out. And we kick it back into high gear, so we get accepted into the program, and that's when we really started pumping out the videos. So I would say we put the Costco video out January 29th.
29.
And then by March, Night Media found us. Okay. And then that's when we really started learning the world and learning about partnerships and all the other stuff we could do.
We still got 2 months to go before it's a year.
So you haven't hit the 1 year mark.
We haven't hit the 1 year mark really.
Since you left your old job.
Right.
So that's unbelievable.
So that's going to be about March, April is going to be the 1 year mark. So yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about different streams of income, the partnerships are the biggest stream.
Cameos
is probably second biggest, and then of course we have the rewards program, the partnership programs, and our music.
Yeah, and then you're getting into streaming and YouTube as well.
Yeah, and I think the wrestling will be a very, very big part of
wrestling
2025.
Well,
yeah,
and our challenges like the Mr. Beast and the Steve Will Do It and Timepiece gave this all of the gifts and the challenge with Mr. Beast I won 100K with. Yeah,
that was a big one. That's a big paycheck.
It looks like we're about to take a journey into merch too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Knight's handling all that for us. I don't want to manage all this stuff.
I don't blame you.
I don't want to manage all this stuff. So we had a great meeting with Knight yesterday, and I said, look, you guys having me manage stuff is not what we need to be doing. You guys Big Justice and I need to be free so we could go create. 100%. You guys manage that.
100%. I was going to ask you the help you have with management. It's very important because you need to
everything.
just focus on what you do best. And
right.
That I've had times where I did everything A to Z, and it's it just puts a lot of load.
Your head isn't where it needs to be. I don't think.
So what about I could see you guys and maybe you think you're gonna get into movies, TV shows in the future?
Yeah,
I think so.
movies.
Yeah, there's been some conversation. Yeah.
And then you mentioned AEW. Have you signed a deal with AEW?
We're going back on a few last minute, a few small things, but I think we have it all worked out. There's a lot of there's a lot of good energy in both directions.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very positive it's going to happen.
You're back to being a pro wrestler.
Yeah. Yeah. Imagine that.
and Big Justice is also going to be a part of the
Big Justice.
Big Justice and Big AJ are going to bring the
boom.
I love it. It never gets old. I love it.
This guy could take over the pro wrestling world if he wanted to one day.
Do you have a passion for that? Do you think you want to get into wrestling?
I don't know.
Not sure yet.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to be a champion. I'm thinking. I really do think about it. I could put it into practice.
We saw Logan Paul do it, right?
He changed the game.
And obviously, yeah, he did.
Logan Paul changed the game because up to Logan Paul, celebrities would come into wrestling and it just wouldn't look good, it just it wasn't really what the business needed. Logan Paul changed the game.
100%. It's unbelievable. It's really actually for AEW. What a great find with you, right? With the traction you guys have, but you did it for 15 years. You said so.
Yeah, and we're really putting a lot into it. So I mean, we're really bringing it and. Apex, it was really cool. So from the beginning, when AEW first reached out and said, we have a pay-per-view in Chicago, why don't you guys come do your backstage stuff, your Boomer Doom, all that. So when we first got there and first met the roster, everybody was being cautious. We felt welcome. Everyone was being cautious. Who are these guys? What are they doing?
Now I know the whole.
Then the next time we show up, they're like, all right, wow, these guys are getting here early, leaving late. They're putting videos out. We're getting some eyes on us. Wow, this is really cool. Until the next time where we come out right before Full Gear, and now it feels like family.
That's awesome.
And now we went out to promote All In.
And I go to
it's been really
the
great.
food court with the people. We eat together. I was eating with Big Show a couple of days
That's crazy.
ago.
Yeah. All right. So now you mentioned you have a management team. You have a team of 11, you said, editors, managers,
Right,
all you got everything now, right? So what is a day in the life like of AJ and Big Justice now? What's a day in the life? And then also when we were speaking earlier, you're mentioning, you came in last night or the day before, you're flying tomorrow, you're going to New Jersey to meet up with that. So you got a packed schedule. So how does it go into planning all that? So what's a day-to-day, but what's also a week, You also mentioned all the drops you have coming up. So how far ahead are you planned? Who's planning all of this? Can you explain your system?
Sure. You want to go for a Big Justice or go ahead?
I don't really know how to explain our week to week. You can.
All right. So what we really do is it all starts with our ideas. So Big Justice will come up with some ideas. I'll come up with some ideas. We'll talk about who wants to collaborate with us if we want to do that one. If we don't want to do that one, the partnerships that reach out to us if we want to do that. If not, when we definitely want to get Costco in there because we try to get Costco in about every 10 days. Then we look at the schedule of where we have to be. As far as the travel thing right now, Apex, it's just us. It's like who we are. It's what we do. Like I feel like we're just kind of like sleepwalking through traveling.
Good.
So, we really look at opportunities. So, for instance, when we were invited out here to the Beast red carpet, or as it ended up, the Beast blue carpet event, and I told Big Justice and me, who said, we're going. So then that was it. So, we knew, okay, we had to pencil that one off. We're going.
Yeah.
There were some other opportunities that, we had to turn down so we could be here. And, we really have to look at what it is we really want to do so that way we could also get some rest in. We could also get some family time in. Over Christmas, we're going to be with our families, which, just for my brothers and sisters, there's going to be 30 of us by the time they bring in their husband, their wife, their kids. Yeah. So it's just going to be, a really good time. But, we have to really look at what it is that we want to do that's going to bring us the most happiness, our audience the most happiness, is going to be most productive.
Yeah, that's awesome. And, again, traveling with family is always nice, right? That's a big part of it. How is traveling in the airport, though? Are you guys, I'm assuming you're flying, you're not flying private, are you?
Well, we do a couple. We have done it once.
Well, because I spoke with Ninja, right? And he was like, he's talking about one of his financial regrets was flying private a lot. But the reason he did it at first was because the airports were insane. I can imagine for you guys, again, right, stopping at Costco, getting stopped on the street. It's a little different than when you're traveling in the airport. So how was the travel experience?
It's crazy. Like, I like flying private, but, like, it is really expensive. You're right. Ninja's right. But it helps a lot. Like, you don't have to, like, when we go through TSA, we take 100 pictures. Like, when you fly private, you get to the airport, you get on the plane, and you fly.
Okay, so are you guys more flying private these days?
No, we've only done once.
Yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Once we
Not yet, but that's the goal. We got to get there.
Yeah?
Yeah, to do all the traveling we're doing, we're going to have to get there.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Even if we could get, like, a jet that's, like how big? Like four seats, I think, because there's 4 of us.
Yeah.
So we just need 4
You
seats.
don't got a cameraman on the road with you either. You guys, it's all 4 of you.
Yeah, because Ashley really loves the camera work. And, I mean, we have not found anyone that operates the camera better than Ashley.
That's awesome.
I mean, she's so funny when she's operating. So she's going to come in here in a little while. I think you're going to talk to her. But you have to see Ashley when she's looking at that camera and she's lining it up and she's just focused and it's crazy.
It's amazing.
It's really awesome.
Since you guys came also, I've seen you had cameos that you did.
Yeah.
You posted your video.
Yeah.
Right? So you're going all day, right?
All
you're going
day.
from here. After this, you're going to the FaZe house to stream with Ron.
Well,
and
after this, we're actually going to Costco, and then we're going to the FaZe
Sure,
house.
I forgot. You're going to Costco
Yeah,
to
we
be
have
with
a
another
Costco trip and then we're going over
creator.
to the house.
Another 2 creators.
So what's your day-to-day like? I know not every day is like this, jam-packed. But like you mentioned, you're posting every day, right? You got people that are waiting for your content every day. So what is a normal, typical day-to-day like in your guys' life?
Well, so if it's a creator day, if it's a day that we're creating, we try to keep it to, what would you say, about 2 events? I mean, today we have 3 going on. We really try to maximize our time. We really prioritize. I mean, this was such an awesome opportunity. So Big Justice was very excited about this. I was excited about this. So I said, okay, we're going to get the interview in. Then we're going to head over to Costco. Then we're going to head to the house. So, based on that, there were a few things that we couldn't have done today.
Yeah.
So we really have to choose. And
Yeah, like we had time with Mr. Beast this morning, or no?
We didn't really get into that.
Yeah,
it was kind of a thought last night, but then it wasn't presented this morning. So, this was our first stop today.
I was going to come here anyway. I really wanted to do the interview.
I appreciate you guys making time because I know you. Like I said, I know a lot of people want your guys' time. So
Yeah.
I'm
A
glad.
lot of
we-
people want your time too.
Well, hey man, I'm new to this show game, man, and you guys are a great guest.
I actually forgot about that. They did mention it to us
Yeah.
last night. They're like, all right, I think, Beast might be doing something this morning, but then I didn't hear anything about it.
Yeah, I mean he's streaming both of you have very busy.
Yeah, he
schedules.
started streaming
He's streaming with Jinxie right now.
right now.
That's what they're doing right now?
Yeah,
Okay, so they're
yeah.
streaming right now. Okay.
Yeah,
I wonder where from.
Not sure, somewhere in LA.
Somewhere in LA. They're both here, yeah.
So you, Big Justice, you get to travel the world, right? You mentioned you're in private school right now, right? I'm sure you're doing schoolwork in between here and there a little bit.
Well, I already finished school, so I finished
you're on
my
break.
first semester. So
Okay.
yeah, I've been on break now for 2 weeks, and I don't go back until January 7th.
Okay, amazing. So you're living a good vacation right now.
How are your grades?
I'm sure they stay there.
3 days? I'm sure that's important.
Big Justice brings the boom.
I'm sure that's it's important with Mama Justice. I'm sure she doesn't let you
That's
slip
all
over
she
there.
cares
We
about.
were at the Power Showcase, which was the Home Run Derby and the All-Star Game a couple weeks ago. And we had an awesome team. They broke the guys up into everybody wanted to be on Big Justice team. And then one of the kids from New York turns to Big Justice like, hey, Big Justice, do you go to school? And then the whole team, every eye on the team turns.
I mean, people just see you going around the world, right? You're flying. You're talking about flying private. You're meeting all your favorite YouTubers. You're eating food with your dad, just having a blast. You must be really loving it right now.
Yeah, I love it.
How much have you enjoyed life since going viral?
Oh,
A
to
lot's
the
changed for you.
fullest.
Were you in public school before? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So did you miss that at all, or do you like this more? You still see your friends at Little League, huh?
Yeah.
And you get to just have fun all day. This is cool. Are there any negatives of the kind of fame that you guys haven't liked?
Not really. There's no negatives to our fame.
I don't think so. You know why, Apex? Because there's good and bad in everything.
Yeah, 100%.
And look, when we talked about it before, when you're in the mortgage business, you got to wake up and do that every day.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things there that you wish you didn't have to wake up and do.
Yeah.
So when I look at where we are right now, even if there is something bad, and I say, you know what, the good is so much better. The good is so much better, and I focus on that. That's
great.
And we just, focus on all the happiness and all the positivity and all the good that's come our way. And, we're so grateful, and we're all in on this.
I love it. Yeah, you guys. You spoke. I think you referenced it earlier, but on and off camera, you guys are the same.
It doesn't
And
change.
I
It
can
doesn't
definitely vouch that it's the truth, and it's cool. It's cool that you're living the moment, you're enjoying it in the moment. 'Cause
Yeah.
it is easy to get caught up in the stress of the video not doing well or too much. You gotta do this and that, and like we're talking about thumbnails earlier, talking about editors, and it is a lot. But I love the mindset. The mindset is important.
It's
yeah.
kind of funny because, like we said, like the first time we got, some hate thrown our way.
Yeah.
And some of the, the big creators reached out. The big guys reached out and were like, there you go. You just got your first cut. You just got your first burn,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So they were kind of laughing at me. And then, So then we were talking about, the views, and sometimes, you put a video out, it doesn't get the views that you want. And again, in the beginning when that was happening, and I would talk to some of the bigger creators that have been around for a while, they were kind of like laughing at me. They thought like, oh, that's cute. Yeah, you didn't get the views you want. You get used to that
Yeah.
because the views are going to be going up and down your whole life.
Yeah, and you're never gonna stop stressing about it.
Right.
To the point of like hate, I guess, right? I mean, you guys, thankfully, it's a lot of positivity for you guys.
Yeah, it's been a
Not
lot of
just
positivity.
from you, but back at you. But clearly, I'm sure there's haters. You see comments. I mean, I saw you guys actually in between laughing at comments, so maybe the answer is it doesn't really affect you. You seem like a tough kid, Big Justice. Because maybe, it's not easy for everyone to read. A lot of people aren't built for it. Some people, they get shocked by reading stuff about themselves. But how has that been for you, I guess, too?
Been good.
I
actually enjoy reading stuff about myself.
So you're not affected by negative.
Once they say it, then I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna make a video the next day. Why would I care what they say?
It's good, man. It's really good.
That's our answer to the negative comments. We're putting out another video tomorrow.
That's awesome.
But it's like, I don't understand like how somebody could have that type of darkness and that type of misery to write some of these things that they write.
Yeah.
I can never understand, right? So it's really not our problem; it's their problem.
Yeah.
It's really their problem
feel bad
to
for
write.
them.
So yeah, right. I mean, listen, if there's anything we can do to help you find some happiness, we're right here.
Just by bringing the boom every day, you do already.
Bringing the boom.
But there's a lot more love, obviously, than
There is a
hate,
lot more love. When you look at it and you see the amount of hearts we get versus the amount of comments there
course.
are, and that small percentage that's negative comments, it's not going to bother us.
Yeah. So, you guys have shared some stories about getting swarmed by fans, right? And you mentioned somewhere else that you had security or you needed security or something.